pleasantly happy with this. It's almost just a little too much for me. Hello and welcome back to Makeup Bag Monday, week number 5. If you are curious and catching up on things, I did a Rare Beauty, I did Rose Ink, I did a bunch of new random weird drugstore finds. There's a playlist in the cards as well as in the description box for you to check out and catch up on the revamp. There's also a vintage playlist of all of my original Makeup Bag Mondays available on my channel as well. If you are new, my name is Serein. This is what I have to share with you from last week. First thing is this newest primer from Nars. It is the Soft Matte Primer. If you're familiar with me, I'm not a big primer person, but lately primers are all the freaking rage, and I feel like primers have become much better than 7 years ago when I first started creating content here. I never used a primer before YouTube. I think I only used a primer for my wedding day because the makeup artist used one. I don't know that you need one. I think it depends on your skin type and your lifestyle, but I was pleasantly happy with this. This is a very skincare type of primer. It's a nice light to medium cream that absorbs into the skin very nicely. It's not sticky, it's not tacky. It's very, very moisturizing without being greasy or too heavy on the skin, which pairs beautifully with the Soft Matte Complete Foundation. This foundation launched last year, and it's a really beautiful long wear, medium to full coverage matte foundation that doesn't look matte. It's matte. It's not that flat matte look. It's matte without losing dimension and the beauty of skin. Sometimes I feel like matte foundations can kind of take away some of your beauty and the realism of your skin. I love skin to look like skin. So this is one of those rare matte foundations that I really enjoy. It doesn't flatten your skin. It doesn't take away your life. Really beautiful. It can be built up to a full coverage in my opinion. For me, I like to sheer it out a little bit more and keep it more on the light to medium coverage. And it's a really awesome foundation for events, for long days, for photography, for anything that you want to look a little more glam for. It is not my personal pick for an everyday foundation because of the finish and the coverage. I'm in Punjab medium 1, and then this together pairs really beautifully, especially if you have drier skin. This is going to be a good combination for really dry skin, for skin that maybe has a little more textural issues or that you tend to break up around your nose. I also really love this foundation because it's not transfer proof, it's transfer resistance in the sense that when you're wearing a mask or you have a child that rubs against your face, this foundation will look great at the end of the day. But it's not transfer proof. I, to be honest, don't want transfer proof foundation because your makeup shouldn't be fully transfer proof. Like if someone rubs up against me, it should kind of come off a little bit. It's not that it's not going to transfer onto something necessarily. It's more that it's going to still look beautiful at the end of a long shift, at the end of a long day. And this primer is beautiful. There's a reason they came out with this primer. It kind of like solves any textural issues that you might have with this foundation because maybe you love this foundation, you love the idea of it, but you're having some skin issues. This is going to prep your skin and this is going to make your skin look flawless. Along with the Nars Soft Matte Complete Foundation, I have the Medium 1 Custard Soft Matte Complete Concealer. This is a really lovely concealer that I kind of just always keep in my makeup arsenal because it's really beautiful at any imperfections around the face. I wouldn't necessarily recommend this for under the eyes, but it is a beautiful face foundation for any discoloration, any pimples, any blemishes, anything that you need to kind of cover up and conceal. It's a really lovely texture. It's not too drying. It's very full coverage. It can definitely be buildable and it stays all day. It also looks great over foundation, under foundation, or without foundation. And that's really important for me for a face concealer because I don't always wear foundation and sometimes I only wear like a tinted moisturizer and I want my concealer to conceal something that I maybe don't want seen, but work beautifully without like layers of product. So love this product. And then for my under eyes, I love the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer. This has been a long time favorite, and I am in the shade Medium Zero Catalina. So this is just a couple shades lighter than my foundation, and I just dot it and blend it out. It wears beautifully. It is going to crease if you don't set it, and I would say a little goes a long way, especially if you have a lot of fine lines and deal with creasing. Less product, less creasing. Just use it where you need it and it will look beautiful. Next up is this Rare Beauty blush in Joy, and this blush is their first launch. It's that really liquidy creamy blush. It is so freaking pigmented. You'll see in the footage of me using this blush, you literally have to like open the packaging up, swipe, 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 and barely dot it on your cheeks. So if you want something that's long wearing, ultra pigmented, and a ton of product for your money, this is going to be the blush for you. To be completely honest, I think it's almost too pigmented, because if I'm not very careful in my application, it's just too much, and it could be too much real quick. I start looking like a clown. It could be the shade. I like the formula. I like that it's long lasting. I like that it's pigmented, but it's almost just a little too much for me. I don't really have any issues with this product. It does what it's supposed to do. It's just so intense, and you get so much of this product. I mean, I'll never use all of this. If you're a makeup artist, maybe this is the kind of product you want. And then of course, if you're like an athlete, or you sweat a lot, or you just have a very active lifestyle but you want a little blush, this will not budge, and it feels lovely on the skin. It seeps into your skin. With foundation or without, it just becomes your skin. And it's really a beautiful formula. It is just intense. So be careful. Don't do this half asleep. I didn't get to go through all the lip products that I planned on to test for the week. So I'm just going to go through the products that I did have a chance to test and talk about it. And I'll move things around so that you will get reviews on everything that I promised from last week. This is the Urban Decay Plumping Shine Balm in Name Drop. This is the gloss I'm wearing today. I do not love the applicator. It's very flimsy. It doesn't grab product very well. I'm sure some people will love it. It's not my favorite applicator, but I do really like this gloss. It's not sticky. It doesn't do anything weird. It wears off nicely, but it is also very sheer. There's a little vanilla scent when you apply it, and then there's a little tingling that happens. I think that's how you get that juicy pout. I would not recommend purchasing these, honestly, just because there are other formulas that I also really enjoy but have better application and a little bit more longevity in terms of the color and a little bit more pigmentation. If you want something very sheer, I don't feel like it matters which color you get of these glosses, because that's how sheer they are. I'm not a huge fan of them. I wouldn't say you need to run out and get it, but of course, if you have it, use it up. And then the eyeshadow palette I used last week is the Soft Glam from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is just such a great neutrals palette, very great warm neutrals palette, which is kind of perfect for me. I'm pretty basic. This is more than enough for my everyday eye looks. My everyday eye looks are pretty much just like a wash of warm burgundy or brown, a little bit of blending in the crease, and I'm good to go. And then if I wanted to vamp it up, I've got some beautiful metallics and shimmers, and I have a bunch of different options, but still very warm and neutral, nothing too fancy or out there for me, which I personally will get more use out of. So really love this palette and continue to like that palette. But if you remember from last week, this palette from ColourPop is much more affordable and very, very similar to the Soft Glam of Anastasia Beverly Hills. Very similar. The difference is you're not going to get like the black and some of the burgundy shades and some of the metallic shades, but very, very similar. So if this is out of your price point, check out the ColourPop one in Nude Mood. So that is everything I tested out for the last week, and this is what I will be testing out for the upcoming week. I have some new LYS beauty products. They launched some beautiful highlights. I cannot wait to try these out. They're called the Aim High Multi-Use Liquid Highlighter. If you remember from one of my earlier Makeup Bag Mondays when I relaunched the series, I was obsessed and still obsessed with the lip bar illuminators. Those are so beautiful, and these remind me a lot of that. So there's 3 shades. This one is in Brave, which is a beautiful champagne shade. So I'm gonna test these out for the week. And then they also launched the Aim High Pressed Highlighting Powder, and there are 3 shades of these as well. So this is supposed to be the warm bronze shade, which is very beautiful, very gold. And then Bobbi Brown launched these gorgeous pencils. They're supposed to be a lipstick and lip liner in one. It's called the Bobbi Brown Luxe Defining Lipstick. This is what it looks like. So it's almost like a lip pencil that is a mechanical pencil, and I have all of the shades, so I will definitely be trying these out as well. And I'm also gonna rotate in some old favorites. So these are the concealers from Kevyn Aucoin. It is the Super Natural Concealer, and I have 2 shades. One is kind of for all over the face and one is a brightener. I'm also going to rotate in the Kevyn Aucoin Stripped Nude Skin Tint. Again, one of those products I absolutely fell in love with over the spring and used a ton, especially as a new mom. I'm in the shade Light ST03. It might be a little too light for me right now at the end of summer, early fall. And then the final products I will be rotating in for next week is going to be the Pixi Natural Brow Duo and the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze Brow Styling Wax. I purchased this because this was like a TikTok rage, and I kind of forgot about it. So if you want to see how those products perform, make sure you tune in next week for Makeup Bag Monday episode 6. I upload new Makeup Bag Monday videos every Monday here on this channel, and new beauty videos every Sunday, from Get Ready With Me, skincare routines, and product reviews, like dedicated product reviews. And then of course I upload occasionally on Fridays for Facial Fridays, professional facial treatments and ASMR facial treatments on Fridays occasionally. So 2 to 3 uploads here every single week. Make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications, and I am so excited because I'll also be doing a Makeup Bag Monday best ofs. That will be a bonus makeup bag video going up on a Sunday, talking about some of my favorite finds of the last month because of Makeup Bag Monday. So I will see you guys in my next video. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful rest of your day. Bye!